It was another scorcher of a night when Hannah and I decided to make our way downtown. A hotel with claims of apparitions, disembodied laughter, and crying of children? We couldn't pass up the chance and made our way into the heart of Phoenix. As we turned a corner, bright blue lights screamed Hotel San Carlos. It was time to check in. In 1874, the first Phoenix schoolhouse was built on Central Ave in Monroe. It was believed this location was used by the Native Americans to worship the god of learning. Fast forward to 1928, and the Hotel San Carlos was opening its doors, built upon the condemned property where the schoolhouse once stood. An impressive list of celebrities graced the halls of the San Carlos, with a few obtaining dedicated suites: Spencer Tracy, Mae West, and Marilyn Monroe. Now, this building's history is impressive, but it's not what drew us to the Hotel San Carlos. A well was dug and installed when the schoolhouse came to be. It is said that a few children chased a runaway ball and fell into the well. Their laughter can sometimes be heard in the basement. Most notably, Leone Jensen checked into the hotel not more than a month after its opening. 2 days later, after writing a series of notes in her room, she jumped from the top of the San Carlos. A few theories exist as to how this was accomplished. 1. She checked into the 7th floor room 720. 2 days later, Miss Jensen made her way up a nearby flight of stairs and onto the roof, where she snuck past the owner's penthouse and descended onto the street below. 2. She stayed on the 3rd floor of the hotel, coincidentally the same floor we had for the night. She then made her way to the sun deck down the hall and climbed the fire escape. When she reached the top, she fell towards Monroe Street. Hotels are difficult to thoroughly investigate for paranormal activity. Besides booking every room in the building and leaving the hotel empty, a true investigation cannot take place. But we wanted to perform what little investigation techniques we could before and after touring the hotel. Someone's in here. Can you make that light go green again? Thank you. If you step closer to it, it'll go to yellow. Can you step closer to it? If you're a male, can you make that light up? If you're female, can you make that light up again to green? No, it stopped. Nothing over here is setting this off either. Oh. But it's flashing, it's not as steady. There's nothing over here by the table though. And that's pretty far for that to pick up like that from here.
Yeah.
Because there must be something on the other side of this door. Were you just standing by that EMF meter? That meter on the table? Thank you. If your last name is Jensen, can you make that light up? Just to clarify, if your last name is Jensen, can you make that light up twice and make it stop? Is Miss Jensen here with us? Okay, you can step away from it. Please. Can you please step back? Thank you. Miss Jensen, we're going to be staying here tonight. You can probably communicate with us more. If you're here, can you make that light up again, please? Can you make it go yellow again? It's alright if you can't. We're gonna go look around the hotel though. We'll be back.
I think it's going on.
So have you experienced anything?
I've not encountered the ghost necessarily.
Yeah.
But the most recent time I experienced something was right after the virus first started and everything started shutting down. I was quite literally the only person in the entire building. It was about 3 in the morning. I was working the overnight shift, and it's a front desk. You got this seat and you got this one over here. I always sit at this one closest to the elevators. So I was sitting there about 3 in the morning, and I heard what I can only describe as a bar stool being dragged across the floor. I was literally the only living soul in the building.
Yeah.
You know, there was nobody here. So, and it's not the first time I've heard that sound. But you know, I just kind of chalked it up like, okay, the ghosties are just letting me know they're here. So
Yeah.
like, hey, how you doing? You know, you leave me alone, I leave you alone, and we're all good like that.
Yeah.
When I first started here, you know, coming down to the basement, the basement's kind of creepy as it is.
Yeah.
And this is our employee backstairs that we come down all the time. So what do you do? What happens when you first come down the stairs? You get greeted by these three. And supposedly these 3 children are the children of the original owner of the hotel.
Okay.
They lived up on the Penthouse. It's either that or they were a different manager's children when they lived when the manager's apartment was on the 2nd floor. But either way, you know, they're like you come down the stairs here and that's the first thing you see. And like, I mean, their eyes they just kind of seem to follow you no matter where you're going. So
It's just a leftover picture?
I guess. You know, the hotel's 92 years old, so there's lots of picture stuff in you know, cubby holes and stuff down here. One of these days when I really get ambitious, I'm gonna come down and start snooping through and see.
Yeah.
But and then of course these boards here, they came out of an actual mine shaft that the owner of the hotel is a 95-year-old general, retired general from the U.S. Army. So in the 70s, he toured the old mine in Florence, Arizona, and he bought the mine boards there and brought them down here to install them, and he was going to make the basement area a disco. But that died out, and the family talked him out of it. So when they built the well, supposedly some kids fell in the well and drowned or something at one point. They were playing with a ball or something, so I guess you can hear, from time to time, you can hear kids bouncing the ball down here. I've never experienced it, but a lot of people, I guess there's too many reports of that happening to at least not give it some consideration.
Yeah.
Now with that, they actually, when the hotel was built, they rigged it up so the hotel had air conditioning even back in 1928. And with the well, they fixed it so they could have 24-hour chilled water in all the guest rooms.
Mm-hmm.
There was in all the guest rooms there was a hot closet, cold closet, and there's one in the middle of them. That was for the cold water.
Nice.
Down over here where the loading ramp, where the loading dock is now, back when the movie stars would stay here, especially like Mae West, when she was here, she'd have her driver come down the loading dock ramp and bring her down here in her car, and then she'd get on the elevators and go up to her room from that way. That way she could avoid the public.
Definitely weird down here, though, isn't it? Just, I don't know if it's all these electrical lines.
Usually, a lot of times when I come down here, the pipe, especially if the chambers is open and they're running the water through, the pipes will rattle, so it always seems kind of.
Yeah.
Good old boiler.
The hotel still is heated by radiator heat. And so the boiler that's back down that is a big, enormous behemoth of a thing. I mean, it's got a that's how big it is. So.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, when we got here, we got in the elevator and somebody hit the B. So we were like, the door opens and we see that. It's like, okay, this isn't our fault. So how long have you worked here?
I've been here right at 2 years now.
Oh, cool.
It's a great place. I love the history of the place, and even after 2 years, I still come in and just look around, just marvel at everything.
Yeah.
They're good. The architectural details, that kind of stuff. They just don't put that in the new buildings. So,
Yeah, definitely.
So,
I agree.
I just, even after all this time, I still come in and just sit here, just want to look at it, and then I think about, in 92 years, how many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people have come and gone out of the doors. We've got especially, like for example, here we've got the Spencer Tracy Suite. He used to stay here with us.
Does it kind of smell like cigarettes up here, do you? Like more by the door.
It might just be the ventilation.
Yeah.
Well, is there any smoking rooms? Probably not anymore.
Well, back in the day, yeah, it would have been. You could have smoked in here, not anymore.
Went orange.
Oh, there might be something here then.
No, it's going orange.
All of our suites are two-room suites. So, like this one here, it's got the pull-out bed, and then there's a connecting door over there here for the other side.
Is there anything right here that would be making this go off like that?
It's going off pretty crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Just a lot of.
That's something, yeah.
Probably electrical, but I don't know if it's under the floorboard. It's kind of weird. I'm not familiar with who he is, though.
Spencer Tracy, okay, he was 30s and 40s.
Okay.
It was when Spencer Tracy, Katharine Hepburn.
She sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a long, not so secret love affair with each other for however many years. I don't think she ever actually married. We're gonna walk down the hallway to room 720.
All right.
So he would have both rooms.
I'm not sure how it worked at that time, but over the years, I guess they just made the two rooms together there. The hotel's got 128 rooms on 7 floors. This one being probably the most requested room.
Yeah. Just a lot of. See, in our room, it wasn't going off like this. It's just a lot of EMF. It's probably electricity.
Well, this was the room that Miss Jensen checked into.
Yep.
So she right after the hotel opened, she checked in, and as the article says, upset by the life had cast her after her boyfriend, because she was here to marry her boyfriend. After he broke up with her, she wrote out 3 different notes, and then she made her way up to the roof, and off she went. extremely careful up here. This is the part of the tour not a lot of people get.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
So then this is when she made her way up to the roof. She had to get sneak past the family that was living in here at the time. And yeah, so I'm assuming somewhere over there that she went on to Monroe Street.
That's Monroe.
Yeah, this is Monroe out here. I don't know, I guess this sounded me kind of would like to say just once I lived in a penthouse in downtown Phoenix.
All right.
That's crazy. So she just snuck past the family.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just going. I think there's
It was
so
going
much-
off like crazy there for a second.
I think it's so
Kinda
much
just stopped.
EMF. I mean, I think it's electricity. I don't think it's.
I don't know, because it'll go off and then it'll stop.
For it to spike in the red like that, though.
Yeah, maybe.
It just might just be
Oh,
that much
maybe.
EMF in the air. Yeah, that's weird. I didn't know she had to sneak by a penthouse.
Because if when we go down to the third floor, that frame thing is on over there off the hallway. You look at that, there's a postcard of the hotel, and it actually says the penthouse that she left for her guest room. You know, she wasn't actually out here because it was occupied. But,
Huh.
Oh, I was looking.
first couple times I came up here, I was kind of getting
Yeah.
vertigo or whatever, and I've gotten used to it now.
Run across the floor and you go and you look and there's nothing. Everything's fine.
Yeah, be careful, these kind of narrow stairs here.
Oh.
Well, that was very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
I did not expect that.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, here, the arrow's pointed to the penthouse up there.
Oh, okay.
And
So that's where we just were.
yeah. But yeah, she pinned 3 different notes and left them there, you know, specific for the Phoenix Undertaker, the LA one, and I think the minister or something like that.
Carpet.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is the actual room she would stay in. Because back in her day, of course, the condos next door weren't there, so she could just slip right out the door and go out and sunbathe and not be bothered by the public.
Oh, okay.
like the other one we did, we didn't get to see the second room in there, but, you know, 2-room suites.
Oh, geez, yeah.
But yeah, room 720 and this one are probably our two most requested rooms.
Understand.
Yeah, definitely.
How many times do you think she stayed here over the years?
I don't know how many times. I know that, okay, in modern language, how she got here, the person that worked here would be called a stalker, you know. But back then, she stayed at the Adams Hotel, and the bellman that worked here at San Carlos was just absolutely infatuated with her and just kept going over there and over there until finally he got a chance to talk to her for a second, and then she came over here, and from that point forward, she was our guest.
I wasn't doing that in my room though. That's the weird part.
Yeah.
Straight up to the left of the Mae West Suite. This is the room I'm really curious what your meter picks up on.
Okay.
When I walked in, it's that same perfume that was in the elevator. It was by the door, though.
I'm small. Do you guys? She keeps smelling perfume randomly.
It might be me. I had cologne on.
It was earlier too.
No, yeah, it was earlier in the day. Yeah.
Because we got in the elevator earlier, I thought it was a woman that walked out, but
It still smelled like it later. Yeah.
and then you just smelled it by the door.
Yeah. Because we noticed that too. Like we've done certain places, like when we did the Gila County Jail, like we would just randomly all smell cigarettes as we kept going. So I don't know if smells are a part of certain things or.
You know, I don't know. I had a friend of mine that I went to high school with. She was out here visiting here a couple of weeks ago, and so I get her on the tour. And when we went up to the Clark Gable room, because her mother was with her, they both swore they could smell like pipe tobacco, and just like old time smells.
That's what I smelled coming out of the elevator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Like not full on cigarettes, but like something
yeah,
similar.
there's a smell, and I don't know what if it's. There are times it's much more pronounced than others. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the cause of that. One time I thought, well, maybe it's just on the third floor with the doors going out to the pool because people can smoke out there. I thought maybe that was coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But again, you closed the doors and they were closed before we went out there. So who knows?
Yeah.
Now last fall when I was doing the ghost tours here, I brought the group into this room, and so we're all standing in here. And I'm right here by this light. You can see there's no shadows cast on the couch.
Yeah.
I'm standing right here by this light, and the person I'm talking about is standing probably about where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And in the regular, just in the overhead lights like this, we couldn't see anything. Then when he went to go back to review his pictures, that's where he was saying all the orbs and everything like that, and there was a shadow on the couch that we couldn't explain.
Yeah, I think it's just more electricity though. It'd be hard to discern from.
I don't know where it would be coming from right there, though, is the thing.
I just don't know if the insulation on the electrical lines is just not as strong. I don't know.
Because, I mean, you would think that it would...
going off everywhere.
Well, you would think that it would be increased around the walls, but it's about the same.
But it didn't do that in our room.
Yeah, that's the
Which is weird
thing.
Every room
And right here, getting nothing, pretty much. Well, mostly nothing. That could be my phone, too.
I think it's electricity for the most part. But if we came back, would like to stay in that room at night.
frame with the ivy kind of stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, I like that door. Anything in here?
No, it's quiet in here.
See, that's because the on it, like how on and off it is, makes me kind of not think that it's really the wiring, you know?
This is a lot. Yeah, it's weird.
Nothing in here, huh?
No. Okay. All right, I'm all ready to go.
Cool.
Got a lot of pictures. I like this room a lot. It's very like
It's a little
antique.
freaky, I think. Oh, eerie.
Yeah, it
How the
is.
chairs are set up and like you just walked in on someone doing something.
Yeah. I have like a pain in my back the whole time too. Oh, that's cool. The horses.
So back here, this is what we call the ghost lounge. And back in the day, as I said, they had the original lobby. None of this wall was here. It was all opened up. And so they had they called it the card room or the palm room or something like that. And then back here, I've heard different times that when it's been open, they've had a hard time keeping the closing help and there was mirrors there at 3 in the morning. They would see a lot of these see shadows and stuff like that and get lost. Yeah, most of the time it just kind of sits back here and we rent it out for private parties and receptions and things like that when people want to do that. But under normal circumstances, we don't have a tenant in here that operating it as a restaurant and bar.
Crazy.
And is this all original?
As far as I know, yes. All the marble flooring that's here in the ghost lounge in the lobby, that was all imported from Italy.
Oh,
And I guess now it would be like $1,200 a square, for
Wow.
marble of this quality. And back in the 60s and 70s, they covered it up with carpet. So when the owners bought this back in 71 or 72, I think that's when they started ripping it out and they found all the beautiful floors.
Yeah.
And so they just they cleaned it up as best they could and you can see scuffs and scratches and stuff like that in it, but they just leave it there to add to the character of the hotel.
Yeah.
Being that old.
Yeah.
Very cool. Huge thank you to Tony for letting us tour the Hotel San Carlos. That was a really once-in-a-lifetime experience. It sounds like Tony usually gives these tours during the Halloween season, but we'll leave his contact info down below. How haunted? Now, how haunted do I believe the Sorry if I'm sweating, it's getting really f***ing hot in here. The AC is going out. Good old Phoenix, Arizona. Now, how haunted do I believe the Hotel San Carlos is? I don't think it's fair to give it a rating due to the fact we weren't able to complete an actual investigation. Overall, we felt like it was a very cool place to stay. We'll probably just stay there for fun in the future. As always, we'd like to thank our patrons, AJ and Lisa, for their continued support. If you'd like to become a patron, it's only $3 a month. We've added content like sneak peeks and photo dumps, more updates, and as always, you get the welcome package upon signing up. We're also offering merch at teespring.com, and if you enjoyed this video and you would just like to buy us a coffee to help us stay awake during investigations, there's a link down below. But the best way to support us is by subscribing and liking these videos, and leave a comment to where you think we should stay next. There's quite a few hotels in this area that are supposedly haunted, and where do you think we should go? In 2 weeks, we'll share our investigation of a location in Flagstaff, Arizona. So stay safe, and we'll see you then.